Hello everyone, welcome to Bonnie Gale's Kitchen. I'm here to make another dish. I have some chicken livers here and I like them far better than beef liver actually. My mother used to make them a lot when I was a child. She used to make the beef liver and I don't mind the baby calf liver, that's pretty good, but the beef liver, I do a good job at it and it tastes good when I finish with it, but I just really don't like cleaning the big beef liver. So the calf's liver is a lot nicer if you want to go with beef. But I'm going to use chicken livers because I done found I just love these things. My mother never cooked them as liver and onions, but she would always fry them up. And she would fry the gizzards up and they were so yummy. So I have been for like the last 5 or 6 years when I get a craving for liver and onions. This is my go-to and it's very inexpensive. So I have my pan hot. I have some flour that I'm going to coat these in, get a good fry on them. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to cook my onions, saute them up, and a little garlic, and I had some mushrooms in my refrigerator. They were already clean, and so I chopped them up and really don't need much in this dish. I mean, it's a pretty simple dish and it tastes so flavorful. Salt and pepper. I might go in there sometimes and I might put in a little white pepper. I don't like to mess with it too much. It's just really good on its own. So no hot peppers. So that's what we're gonna do. These chicken livers have a lot of connected tissue and some of them have a few little little blood spots in them. I'm not quite sure what you would call that, but I dig them out. Whatever little blood spot I see, I'll dig out. And I cut all the connective tissue. So sometimes you might have to cut the livers in half. It just depends on what quality you get. I love the ones I can get at the farmer's market. I had a lady there that I really loved and I can't find her anymore. So these are store-bought. But the ones at the farmer's market, if you can find any, way to go. They're the freshest you're gonna get. And they're beautiful. They're firm. You can't beat them. So okay, let's start this project. I hope my head and everything's in here. I hope it's not too bright. Sometimes I have to close my blinds because of the sun. And we're expecting a tornado from what I understand today and thunderstorms. So I hope I get this done before my power cuts off because yesterday we did have a power outage for about maybe 3 or 4 hours. I'm not quite sure. I left the house at that time. So I don't know when it came back on. But anyway, let's get started here. So we got the onions, the mushrooms, the garlic. I'm going to chop up as I'm putting it in and everything's ready to roll. I have my chicken livers. I sprinkle a little salt and pepper for flavoring in the beginning. I have a little salt and pepper in my flour. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit more as we're cooking this, perhaps after I taste it. So when I put the onions in, I'm going to do another layer of salt and pepper. So it's just layering. It's layering for the taste. So that's all we're doing here. So let me get my oil in. Hands really getting medium high, I would say. Start with just to make sure it's going to be hot, and then I can turn it down. But right now I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Let this oil start getting hot while I'm coating these chicken livers. So I'm going to coat my pan thoroughly. So I would say I probably got maybe 2/3 cup of oil in there if I'm going to eyeball it correctly. You want a little bit because you're going to cook the onions, you're going to cook everything. You shouldn't have to add any more oil. I may just at the end, but I probably won't have to. After it's done and have a little oil just glistening on top of it would be really, really pretty. So let me get my hands one more quick wash. And we're going to go in here and coat these chicken livers. I'm not a fan of chicken. It's my weakest link when it comes to any kind of meat, but I'm getting better with it as time goes on. But I really like fish for the most part. Every so often I like a little piece of beef, but it's rare. All right, so I want to get my hands right here. So I have my dry hand. I wish my kitchen was designed a little different for this, but it's not. So, all right, so I'm going to take a few little chicken livers. They're fairly dry. You want a little moisture on them so the flour will stick with them. See, they're really pretty. They have no connective tissue whatsoever. These are so tender when you eat these. If you're a liver and onions person, which you know I am, but I cook them once or twice, maybe 3 times a year. I don't cook them a lot, but when I do, this is 2 kind of small cans they had in the store. So 1 batch would be enough for me, because the only other person would probably eat it in my house is my daughter, because she always asks me to make it for her occasionally. So I'm going to keep piling these on one side until I get enough. And see, now right here I got a little piece of connective tissue, and that's not going to go over real good with me. So I'm going to yank that out. You just got to, you know, do what you like. And I like all the connective tissue off of it. So it's the only way I'll eat chicken. If you want to call this chicken livers. All right, keep saturating. And I'm going to just pull them off to the side in the bowl. And keep on getting enough to go in the frying pan. This may be about maybe 2, I may cook 2 panfuls of chicken livers. I'm thinking it's probably looking like that's what it's going to look like. So, goodness, I hope I put enough flour in here. So this is just all-purpose flour, salt and pepper added again, you know. And that's it. It's so easy. But why you don't have to put so much spice in here is because those onions and garlic are just going to do their own. They're good on their own. It's just amazing how this dish turns out with chicken livers. So I love it. I do love it. So I'm going to enjoy it. And then, and my little doggy might want some of it too. All right, so I'm going to take my floured ham and, ooh, let me get this hand a little clean in case I need it for something. Because this grease is getting ready to pop. These chicken livers, I should have an apron on it. I have an apron. I only have 1 apron. Well, I have 2. My daughter drew me an apron when she had when they had an art thing in school, and she made me a cute little apron. And I have a Halloween birthday, which that's when my birthday is anyway. So I mean, I have a Halloween apron, which is when my birthday is. So it's kind of cute. I may have to go and grab it because I got this oil kind of hot here. So I'm going to stick these in, and then I might just go grab my apron because I have a funny feeling this stuff's going to pop. And they do pop. So you got to be very careful with your eyes. I would wear glasses. I've had some that popped so bad that it's burned my arms before, which I got a bruise right on my arm. I hit something, and I can't remember what it was now, but I walked right into it with my arm. And I'm just recovering from a bruise on this side. Things we do to ourselves. All right, I'm going to get a good little amount on this fry. I'm going to take them out and fry more, and until I get them all fried up. And we're gonna, I think you can see the frying pan pretty good there. I think I should check my volume too, because I have a tendency to turn that volume down. All right. So I'm gonna this pan never stays straight on the stove, so all right. Let me go get my apron. I don't trust these things. Looks like it's two-sided. I'll have to wear it on either side. A friend got me this for my birthday a few years back, and it's kind of cute. Actually, it matches what I'm wearing, so that works out kind of perfect. How ironic is that? Okay, so here we go. Now, I just want a tiny little sprinkle of salt on this. And then I just want a little bit more pepper. Okay. We're going to let these things fry up. And after they fry up, I'll come back with the next episode of how to make chicken livers and onions. Okay? See you soon. Okay, welcome back to Bonnie Gail's Kitchen. I have got to this process with my liversworth. This is the third small batch that I can't really get everything in here flat because my pan does not stay flat on my burner. So I had to do cook it 3 times in the frying pan in batches. So that's what I'm doing. And I decided I'm going to get a jump start on my onions. So I have my onions here cooking. It's about 3 big onions and 2 small onions. And I'm going to just let them cook a little bit and get tender. Save a little time here while I'm doing this frying process, because I'm ready to eat. So anyway, I'm turning these last ones over. I got a few little small ones in here, and I'll finish these off. And I still have like a lot of the goodies in the pan. I don't want to part with them all. I'll part it with just a little bit, but just a little crumbs I want to keep in the bottom of the pan. Just, you know, so they can add some flavor to the onions and then the mushrooms that I had in my refrigerator. So, gonna let this all cook and bring it down into my pilot light here because, all right. So, and here's the other batch. So it's about a whole plate full. Normally I would have about 2 platefuls of these, but I'm keeping it small these days because not everyone's home like they used to be. So, and I'm kind of getting used to it, cooking smaller now. So I don't know what I'm going to do if I had to cook for a bunch of people. I'm going to just get carry out. I don't know. I say that, but that never happens. So my husband, sometimes he'll do that. He'll go and order some barbecue or something sometimes, you know. Okay, so I got the onions cooking. These I'm just going to let them cook just a little bit more. And I did end up adding just a little extra spice because I wanted to see how it would taste. Sometimes I will do that. The salt and pepper is all you need, but I added a little bit of adobo, and then I did say I was going to add some white pepper because I like the taste of pepper. So for me, I need the white the white fine and the dark fine. So that's what I have here. So I would probably call it my pepper chicken livers is probably what I might call it. So, all right, these are getting done. You don't want to cook them too much because you're going to be cooking them with the liver and onions, and they're already tender, but they're going to melt in your mouth after you get these onions in here, and then everything in here is all together. You're going to just love it. And so, all right, so we have about this much dribblings, and I did take out a lot of the other stuff. Like some, I might go back and take out just a little bit more here, just because I don't want it to be clumpy or anything, but I do want some of this flavor in here. So, all right. So it's kind of looking like this. It's a little flour in there. The flour's already in there. The flour is on the chicken livers. So that's going to make a nice little, you know, thin gravy, not terribly thick. Going back in with some more olive oil. It requires a little bit more oil. You can use any kind of oil you want. Olive oil does soak up more. So, you know, I will tell you that. You will have to add more. So, plus I have some cooking in the onions. So this is just going to be the base to keep this from sticking. So it's pretty thin. Everything's looking pretty smooth and thin here. All right. I'm going to throw my mushrooms in as well. Let them start getting tender with all these spices in here. There's another spice that I like to come back and use. And I'm going to use that now while I'm doing the process with these mushrooms. Not only putting a dab of this salt in there just to help them cook. A little bit more pepper. Okay, and my other spice is my, like a liquid aminos, just because it's going to flavor the mushrooms really nicely, since I decided to add a minute. And it's going to flavor the gravy too. I'm almost thinking I'll probably might have to close this shade. Feel like we're getting some sun. We're supposed to be getting a tornado. Okay. Maybe a little better. Okay, so we let this cook up. Get these spices going in here really well with these mushrooms. Oh, the mushrooms are loving it. They're loving it. They're loving that olive oil and just that little bit of liquid aminos I put in here. So I'm going to come in here now, and the onions are getting tender. So I'm glad I did that. It saved a whole lot of process. Now I just got 2 pans to clean now, which is not a problem, because I do a lot of washing pans and dishes. I have since I was a little young child. All right, I'd stand up on a stool when I was young washing dishes. So I cut these in circular slices, but you can cut the onion and then just cut them sliced if you want to do it that way. This is the way it's always been done. It's the way my mother did it, so that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to try one of these little onions here. Oh, they're so sweet already. Okay, I'm going to throw in my garlic. I'm going to put the livers. It's going to be a lot of onion in here. I like a lot of onion. You don't have to use this much onion. They're going to cook down. And they're going to be so incredible. I mean, I actually like more onion than I do liver. So, now, I have 4 garlics here because I want to have some garlics that are going to be a full slice of garlic. I'm going to cut them thin as I can, and I'm going to have some that are going to be, I'm going to have 2 that's going to be chopped up, and I'm going to have 2 that's going to be sliced. That way I can see them when I'm eating them and know there's garlic in there. Here we go. My mother made good liver and onions. I can't remember before she died if I actually made a chicken livers for her, but I sure hope I did. I hope I did. Oh, wait a minute. At this point, I'm going to be I got to cut my little chunks up here because I want the garlic to get everywhere. So I want the little chunks so it can get everywhere. And it's going to be a little thin. It's going to be little thin ones. You can chop this up however you like. This is how I'm doing it. And I'm going to chop the other one up. No, you didn't. Okay. And one more. Or I just better chop this one. It's not going to stay. Okay. Excuse me. I choked on my own saliva. Okay. I think I'm okay. All right, here we go. Let's finish this off. I'll give it a stir. I'm going to put the top on it. And this is going to be so good. I'll probably let it cook about 30 minutes simmering. And I'm going to add maybe just a tiny little bit of water to it to make a little gravy going on in here. Goodness. It teared me up a little, plus the onions. You're supposed to set a bowl of water out when you're doing onions. And I didn't do that this time. Just a little wet cloth or something right beside the onions. It's really good to do that because it takes the, I've just been cutting onions forever, so I really don't mind frying. All right, look at these, they're beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna go in here and just pop these livers in. I'm gonna turn my pan up high because I'm gonna wanna add that water after I pop these livers in. I'll pop them around here. I'm gonna go back and put some onions. I'm just gonna put them in like that. Let's just do that. All right. Okay. So now I'll just bring these onions over top of these. My pilot light is up high right now because I want to add the water to it. And I'm going to saturate all these in here. Look at this. I mean, look at those onions. Look. I mean, it's just enough. It's the perfect amount of onions. It's loaded with onions. A few little mushrooms. So glad I had those mushrooms left. So this is what we're looking at. Maybe let me see if I can bring that a little bit more down. Look at that. So that's what we're doing here. So I got my flame up high. Let's see if I can get that back. Okay. Flame's going good. I'm going to add the water and let me give it a little taste here. So good. It's getting, the onions are making it hard for me to figure it out here. Let me just go in here and try a little piece of this liver. I just want a tiny one. Oh, this is perfect right here. So let me try this. I'm going to put just a smidgen a smidgen of salt. Everything tastes great. I think I have everything I need in here. Let me get my water, and I'm going to pour that in so this can cook and simmer. See how that's looking? Bring that pan down to low now. I'm going to add more. I may have to fill my pot up here. You want to just cover the bottom of it a little bit more. Okay. That should be good. Just covering the bottom of your pan. Looking good. Beautiful. I'll fill that pot up. Okay. So I'm going to cover it up. I'm going to let everything simmer. Nothing else to be added. This is going to be succulent. You could have it with mashed potatoes. You could have it with baked potato. You could have it with rice. You don't have to have it with anything. I'm not having it with anything, all by itself. So I hope you liked this video, and as soon as I get time, I'll keep trying to do a video here and there when I can. Thank you so much for watching. And please push the like button, and please subscribe, or you're gonna miss these homemade meals that my grandmas and my mothers made, and wonderful vegetarian meals that I've come up with, and other, you know, I mean, meats and all kinds of stuff. So please subscribe. You'll be able to see it if you do. Otherwise, you'll just have to go directly to my YouTube channel, and you may miss it sometime. So, all right, I'm gonna turn this up on a medium heat until it gets another roaring bubble, and then I'm going to simmer it. So I think it just needs a little bit more heat on it, so everything can start, you know, marrying with each other. All right, namaste. Have a great day. Love you. It's about 15 minutes into cooking, simmering at a low heat with the top on. I just sprinkled a little tiny bit of parsley on it. And that's it. Enjoy. Okay, everyone, it's ready. I am going to show you what it looks like here, if I can, because I am taking a whole different kind of video right now. And let's just see. Oh my gracious, a little onion, a little mushroom, a little garlic. No. It is so tender. It is delicious. I hope you try it. Namaste.